FraudTax Audio, your number one podcast dedicated to the facts. We're sitting here with Linda. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Special guest.
You already know.
It's
Yesterday was my birthday, actually. But,
Okay.
you know, my birthday is, like, all this week. Every day.
Have you belated?
This whole month.
Yeah, right.
This whole year.
You got a whole month.
For bro,
Anyway.
I'm in the Doug Club. I ain't a T no more, bitch.
Right. So you're turning, you mind talking about it?
What, my birthday?
Your age?
Oh, my age? Shit. I'm a young boy. That's it. I'm just getting up. I just can't wait to turn 21. But to be honest, that's not even going to be nothing special because
Right.
I already get lit like a 21-year-old.
Right. I think I heard one of your songs, you're like, I still be in the club, even though I'm not 21.
I still be at the bars. I'm not even 21, yup.
So I think that's how it is for everybody.
No, yeah.
Coming of age. Like the age
Facts.
should be 18, 17. Well, then I can't really speak on it.
Listen, they should just change the age limit.
You drink a lot of Hennessy, though.
Cognac.
Cognac?
Hennessy, Douce, other cognacs that I like.
What's your favorite drink?
Um,
Well, what's your birthday drink? Like, what did you drink all yesterday?
Yesterday, I drank a whole bottle of wine, Stutter Home, Rosé.
Is it Sutter Home or Sutter Home?
Sutter Home, yeah, whatever it's called.
Hell yeah. It was a big day for you,
It's
though.
Sutter Home.
You released Tasman, correct?
Yeah, listen, I was doing a lot yesterday. Like, my B-Day, like, you know, I went to the gun range, you know, let out all my emotions out there so I could be ready for last night. Because last night was a movie for real. Like, y'all gonna see the clip soon.
Hell yeah.
Bro, my homie actually working on it right now over there.
Shout out Raymond.
Shout out Ray, for real.
Shout out
gang.
Heavy Sicko.
Yup.
Shout out World versus Raymond.
Facts.
But yeah, what's the inspiration behind the name Tasman? Like, what does that mean to you? What does it mean for this album? Or EP,
I mean, like,
sorry. Right?
that name, it comes from, like, me doing graph. Like, I used to do graph, but I wasn't really into it. But I just, like that name because it's very unique.
Okay.
Because the whole name, I got it from Phantasma.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, Phantasma means ghost in Spanish.
Yeah.
So I just took the fan out and put the Tasma.
There you go.
And there you go.
That's what's up.
Baby Tasma.
7 tracks, like
Yep.
total 20 minutes. It's a good body
All
of work,
bangers.
yo. I mean,
All
I agree.
bangers.
You got
With
a
a Z.
song on there
Yep.
that you do half in Spanish, half in English.
Look at me. That third song, it's a popular song right now. Everybody's getting into it right now.
Right.
Like, they all fuck with it, all hitting me up like, yo, this shit right here. Like, I'm trying to just switch it up, you feel me? Like, it's rare to have, like, a female out here rapping in Spanish and shit.
Yeah.
Especially to hard trap beats, you feel me? Like,
With
we
the
don't get that
versatility
out
and
here.
shit.
Like, right now, like, in the Spanish, like, community, like, you know, Spanish girls, they coming up, you know, rapping and shit. But I'm trying to get with the wave and see what's up. But I'm switching it up because I'm adding in English. I'm Spanglish and shit.
Spanglish.
Yup.
You're going to do some Spanglish rap.
Facts.
That's what's up.
Niggas ain't ready. And niggas still bump that shit. Even though they don't know what the fuck I be saying, they still be like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you saying, but this shit go hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a combination of the beats and like the flow, right? Like
Yeah.
people don't know what Young Thug is saying half the time, but
Facts.
they still rock with it, you know?
That's how it should be, you feel me? Like, it's all about the flow and how you go with the beat. But I do be saying some real shit.
No, yeah.
Real.
Do you see a lot of more Hispanic rappers coming up nowadays? Like,
Yeah, like now, like a lot of Spanish, like rappers are doing music with English rappers now. Like, you know, say like Meek Mill and shit, doing music with like Anuel AA. Like, everybody know who that nigga is. Like, everybody's in love with that guy. And like, I feel like that's such a good collab because Spanish community and the English community will come together. Like, that's what I want. Like, I feel like we'll make great music and like, even like with Spanish beats and shit and English beats together. I feel like a collaboration with that would be fire. Like,
Definitely.
cause I feel like they
It's like
did
a
it back
powerful.
in
It's
the
a powerful
day.
sound too.
Yeah, they did it back in the day, but now it's just like dying down. But they need to bring it back, but on some like new generation type shit.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of support in the Hispanic community for your rapping? Like, do you have a
Hell
lot of
yeah,
Spanish
like, you
support?
know, most of my family, they fuck with my music and shit, but like, I do have like some people who like want me to make more Spanish music and shit,
Like
you know,
strictly
rapping.
Spanish stuff?
Yeah, because you know sometimes they want to understand, but they still fuck with like my flow, and you know it's all about like the flow and shit and like how they rock with it, because you know even though they don't understand, they still fuck with it. But you know I always take requests. You know I'm just starting. You know I'm gonna do all that like in the near future. You know probably like this year, next year, like some
Right.
hot Spanish project shit, you feel me?
So when did you start rapping? Like, when was your first? Well, maybe when did you start putting music online? You probably been rapping for, well, having those kind of, you know, lyrics jumbling around for a long time. When did you start having a presence online with it?
Shit, I started rapping when I was like, actually, I started writing because I was just like, wrote like mad lyrics and shit, rhymes and shit when I was like 10 years old, like
Oh,
young
back
as
that
hell.
far,
Like,
okay.
and I was listening to like good artists that like my cousins, my older cousins, and my older brothers used to bump to, you know, like some Bone Thugs Harmony type shit,
Old school
Tupac,
type.
Biggie, you feel me, Lil Wayne, Dre, all of them niggas, like when they was popping, 50 Cent, all of them, when they was popping back in the day, like I was hearing that shit, and I was young as shit, 10 years old, the fuck. Like, my brother used to bump that shit in the car loud as shit. Like, we ain't listen to no fucking Selena
right.
Gomez. No, we was listening straight up Biggie, Tupac, all of that. And that's what got me into writing and
So you
shit.
had like a real, like fundamental hip hop kind of like inception in a rap.
Yes, I
from a
grew
young
up
age.
listening to hip-hop. Very young age. Like, all my cousins, they get into all that. Like, I just grew up, you know, listening to that. But also, I grew up to listening to, like, Spanish music and
Okay.
shit. Like,
So like a nice mix.
always a nice mix. I know Spanish, oldies, everything. That's why I feel like that's why I have like a good flow now, because I add like that memory into like Spanish songs into my songs now. Like just the flows of them and shit.
Right. That's what's up. So around when did you put your first project out on SoundCloud? Like when did you touch down? Like, okay, I got a body of work I worked on, and this is my debut. How long has it been since then?
Shit, I dropped my first project 2016. I was real young, you know. I just started making music. People like was telling me to start recording my music because I always just wrote music, and I never wrote it to beats ever. It was just
So it was like spoken word kind of.
straight up lyrics.
Okay.
Straight up, and I used to like rap to people a cappella and shit. And they used to be like, "Oh shit, bitch, put this shit in a fucking beat."
Yeah.
And I just, you know, always be iffy about it because I don't know like how I'm gonna sound in that
Okay.
shit. You feel me? So like,
Oh, definitely.
but I tried it out, and you know, I presented it to a couple people, and you know, they made me like, they got me motivated to like,
To
you
keep
know,
doing it and pursuing it.
yeah, and recording shit. So, you know, my first recording, I dropped my first song. My first song, you know, it's called Good Smoke, featuring Colin and JP. Yo, that first song, I got like almost 4K views now. Like, that shit is fire, and it's
Yeah.
like some old school type beat. And like, you know, people would never be assuming that out of me. Like, what the fuck, you do like old school type
Yeah.
rap? Like,
No, definitely.
yeah, like they just look at me like.
It's
'Cause
rare to have like a.
before I like didn't drop music, they was like, "What the fuck do? You sing, you rap?" Like they didn't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
they
I
know what's
was. You
that.
feel me? And that I dropped the single, and they was like, "Wildin'."
Yeah.
And then that's what motivated me to like
To
drop
keep
a
doing
tape.
it. Yeah.
I dropped a tape like on April on 420, cause you know that's my favorite day. And like that shit was just like amazing. Everybody fucked with it and shit. And, like all of them are oldies and shit. And like that's what made me like record more music and shit. Like,
Hell yeah. So the community response helped like keep that motivation alive. A lot of artists don't like newer artists don't really have respect for like the old kind of like mentality in rap, like the old kind of like flow and bop and shit.
I don't want that to like die down, you feel me? Like if I ever become big, like I would still be doing music like that. Like I would never let that shit die down and just like be on some new generation type shit or like switch up and shit.
You got a lot of respect for your influences.
Want me to switch up. Nah, I'ma be me. Always be me. The fuck. I'ma sound how I sound and I'ma go how I go. Like nobody gonna tell me what to do.
Hell yeah.
Nobody tell me how to change my voice, my flow, nothing. Like.
Oh yeah.
Cause I feel like that's like the problem nowadays with like new rappers, like to get more money, they gotta like.
They change to get like. Do you think it's like? Hold on, let me put this a little closer to you. Do you think it's people trying to be a little more versatile to match kind of like what the current like the current theme of pop is, or you think it's like people like, oh man, they telling me I need to be this way or this kind of artist, and so I'm gonna do that. Like, what do you think a lot of people are being like forced to do nowadays when it comes to being like authentic?
I just feel like people are just selling themselves to be more like known and shit. Like,
yeah,
you know, just doing the absolute most, and like I feel like people want to see that shit, and like I just feel like that's just so messed up. It's just the generations is so fucked up. Like you can't even compete with it. For real, for real. Like can't even catch up to it. Some old folks they be like, "What the fuck is Instagram?" Like they don't know.
Right. So where are you from? Are you from Philadelphia?
No, I'm actually from DC, which I truly say I'm from the DMV because I lived in all states. Yeah, this some gas. Yeah, cough it all out.
You got
me. You got me.
I'm trying to turn your vocal up. You say you from the DMV?
Yeah, I lived in DC. I was born there. And I lived in Maryland. That was like the last place I lived before I moved to PA.
Mm-hmm.
But I also lived in Virginia and Baltimore. My little brother was born in Baltimore.
Okay.
We was moving around, to be honest, a lot. Like, my family, you know, we wasn't coming from, like, rich area or nothing. Like, we was always broke moving around with family members and shit. But we still got to where we are today. Like, my family living good. I'm living good. Like, and now my other family hating. Like, it's all good, though.
What do you mean by your other family?
Because, you know, before, like, my family used to be, like, judged just because, you know, they didn't have as much as, like, other family members and shit. Yeah. But now, like, since my family living good and shit, like, they hating, you know, even asking to send money. Like, nah, how you look, bro? How you look?
I feel you.
But it's cool, though. Like, you know, God love my fam, all my fam, but it's still, like, I don't like being judged and shit. Even from family. You can't even trust no one, not even family. For real. Like,
because of the judgment.
Just live your own life, you feel me? And don't care about nobody else.
Right, I agree. If you had, like, a top 5 that you wanted to name as, like, influence, like, and this is, like, almost a 3-part question. Like, who would you, like, top, like, when you were starting out, when you started writing your first stuff or writing it down or getting in the studio, wanting to channel in the energy of somebody or something or influence, like, what would it be for you? Like, what's, like, a top 5? It don't have to be, like, a person or an artist or anything. It could be anything, like, you know.
Well, when I first started writing, you know, like, my biggest influence was, like, hearing music, like, blasting in the car, you know. And the thing that I hated the most was, like, how my mom just never put the volume down for my brother. Like, he used to blast that shit. So just be loud
like, as shit all the time.
I used to be in the backseat, like, but I was bumping, though. But, like, now since I be blasting and shit, my mom be putting the volume down, like, oh, my hair hurt. Like, come on now, what?
No, you took up the mental for it.
But, yeah, like, and then, yeah, that just gave me motivation, you know, just bumping to, like, you know, oldies and shit that my older brothers used to put. Other influences like, rappers and shit, just listening to music. Like my biggest influences was like, Kendrick and shit. Kendrick, I used to listen to him like heavy. Like I used to know like all his lyrics, everything. Like
Which projects you talking about? Like the early stuff or like still
yes,
nowadays?
like Section 80,
Section 80.
like Overly Dedicated, fucking Good Kid, Mad City, all of them. Like I fuck with all of them. Like, and they just gave me like a purpose in life. I don't know. I feel like certain songs and certain like albums like talk to me or like just like.
I mean, he's a real lyrical like artist, so
Yeah,
like he sends you. I remember when I was listening to what was it, Mad City for the first time. I was
Right.
smoking, I'm high as shit, and like a certain part, it was like the beat and the like him and this shit just switched over so quickly in the
Right.
song. I was just like, yo, this take me on like a whole trip.
It's like he be dropping shit like on the right times in my life.
Okay.
Like where I really need to hear it. You feel me? Like, and that's why I fucking love him. Like, shout out to Kendrick. Like, I fuck with him. And like, it's not only him. Like, my first like rapper that I used to listen to that was popping was like 50 Cent and shit. Like I fuck with 50 Cent. That nigga is still hard. You feel me? But he wildin'. He don't give a fuck. He wildin' for real. But that's still my nigga. That's one of like the first beats I wrote to. I think it was my birthday too. Like around my birthday when I was writing to one of his lyrics, it was like to that song where it was like, oh shawty, it's your birthday. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's your birthday.
That one, yo. I was writing to that one. I made my own little remix,
Yeah.
Showed it to my cousins and shit. And they was just saying, you good, you do just need some practice and shit. You be alright, you feel me? And they gave me a little bit of motivation. But writing like throughout my life was always on and off. Like I would only do it if I would like have time or if I'm like really going through something.
Really trying to get something down.
Yeah. But
what's
now
up.
like I be writing like nothing.
You just go in there with off the top all the time.
And now I'm like trying to get better about freestyling. Not there yet, but
It's always a process and everything.
always a process. I'm trying to practice, but I'm getting good at it. I'm always trying to find flows. Always got flow.
Do you find that be the same for when you perform and stuff like that? Like knowing how to maintain like a stage presence, a stage presence, and like a stage kind of like energy and shit. Because you've been doing a lot of performing. Like you have. Like, I be trying to pull up sometimes. I'm like, yo.
Listen, it
like
don't
this one
even
just
matter if it
but it's
pull up.
another
I got
one.
another
yeah,
one.
It's another
Thanks.
one, like,
Like,
right there. I'm like, who are these people? But it's just the
Listen.
energy, people fuck with you and they fuck with your stuff.
Shit.
And like, yeah. So like, what do you? Back to the question, like, what do you try to channel? Like, what's your process going on stage and get in front of people? They got the cameras in your face, the
Shit.
lights.
I love
LINDUH,
it, man.
like, what
I
do you-
fucking love it for real.
Yeah.
I love performing. I love showing off. I love like telling everybody who the fuck I am and like, just presenting my music. You feel me? And I love how like I get the energy from the crowd always, and it's always never dead. It's always a nigga bobbing his head or a bitch getting lit. You feel me? Like it's always something, and that just motivates me, and I get more lit. I try to get more lit for the people because ain't nobody want to see a bitch, just
Right.
standing
Being
still
limp.
and shit, like just being shy. No, like I do this shit daily. Like this is like I feel like this is my job for real. Like, always promoting myself, always networking, every show. Like I love it. I get so many followers after. Like people fuck with me. Like it's amazing.
Right. When I see you perform, you did the Underlife show with us, and then I saw you some other places, and I always see you on Instagram and stuff. You have like a specific stage presence. I feel like women kind of get put in a box with like how they can be when they perform. It's either you're like really like dancing, you dancing around and shaking and shit, and then like you got your whole like female entourage and this kind of like sexual and shit like that, or you can just be like straight to the facts like with the rap or straight to like
It really depends on what you rapping about for real. Because bitches get in the mood. Like if they rap about this and that, they'll like show it. But like me, I rap about like drill shit. I'm an aggressive rapper. I
Right.
consider myself.
Right.
So like, I want
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
to get aggressive with me. You
Right.
feel me? Like, fucking punch a bitch, push a nigga, get lit. You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely get that like energy from you and just from like I don't know, like your performing in general. It's just like in your lyrics, in your music. It's like
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
like I don't want to generalize, but you're not about to see nobody like trying to like twerking shit during like
Yeah, facts.
when you going down.
But it's always lit, to have fun nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
twerk a little son. I do it sometimes, on my show. Sometimes I'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, getting lit. But that's cause I fuck with my songs, you feel me? It really depends if you like fuck with your song. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause some bitches, they be doing songs and they don't even be like fucking with it. I don't know. Like it's weird. Like come on now. But me, I fuck with my shit. I be listening to my shit daily. Like I don't just be like listening to my shit once a while. Like I
Right.
recorded this. I'm done. Like no.
It's on
I be
repeat.
listening. Repeat. I be
Right.
in my crib on like blast for
Right.
real, smoking L's to the face, just like writing and like bumping to my music, catching lyrics, catching flows. Like fucking love that shit. Like.
Right.
It all depends if you really love your music and like you'll get lit to it. I be getting lit all the time.
Right. When it comes to you like recording and stuff, like when you go in the studio, like do you have like an in-home thing that you do, or do you go somewhere you get hooked up? Like I don't know the.
I mean, I don't have like a indoor recording thing, but like if I do have like a song ready, like when I'm like right when I got it done and I'm like, yo, this shit fire, I gotta record it. I call my homie up, yo, what you doing? Yo, nothing. All right, I'll call record.
Right.
Yo, facts. Like that's all we do. Shout out to my boy Stacks Kennedy, yo. Like that nigga's in my fucking EP, my music video. Like he really helped me come up on music. Like let's talk about him. Let's talk about Safe Stacks right now.
Yeah.
That's what I always shout out on my song, Safe Stacks for real, cause like
You've been working with him since the get-go, or?
yeah, from like when I first moved out here, like around this area, because I used to live like in Reading, PA, like
Okay.
for a couple years. And then I moved out here in this area like 2014.
Okay.
So like I met him at my job and he went to my school too. So we knew each other and we was cool and shit. And then we like started relating like on music and shit. Like that's when like he had his own like little recording set. And you know me, I was just new too, like to music, and I didn't really know like how to work all this shit. And I didn't want to pay for studio time because that shit was expensive.
Yeah,
like,
it definitely is.
I was paying like $50 an hour like for my studio time. Like that was drawing. And then like it sounded so much better like in his crib, and like I just started dropping like songs from his crib and they sound like I recorded at a studio. For real. Like all my old songs like we just recorded at his crib, or like we went to a studio with it if we really wanted it like good and
to
done.
really work on it and shit like that.
Like that nigga, like he really helped me up on my music shit. Like he helped me catch flows and shit sometimes, and like he gave me beats like to like listen to. We freestyle, we wrote together. Like that's really my best friend right there. That's my bro. Like
Okay.
I know his mom. Like
What's his
they
name
my
again?
family. Stacks Kennedy.
Shouts
Well, his
out
real
Stacks
name
Kennedy.
is Dion, but
Shout out Dion.
shout out to Stacks Kennedy for real. Like that's really my nigga. For real. And shout out to Dion too, but the other Dion, cause he's in Safe Stacks too. That nigga, he been my biggest supporter too. Like they both name is Dion's. It's crazy.
So you got two Dions.
Two Dion's for real, like spelled differently too,
Spelled
which
differently.
is weird. Like, but yeah, he's always been my biggest supporter, my number one fan. It's always nice to have that nigga like getting hype to your shit every time.
Yeah.
Like after you record, like yo, this shit fire. Like that
Showing
shit
you the energy.
gets me like hype, bro. You understand? Like I fucking love it, yo. I fucking love doing music.
Oh yeah, who are you looking forward to like collabing with in the future? Like you just got done with this project, and you probably got something in the bag already. Probably working on some more stuff. Like, do you have anybody that you like off the top that you want to like work with, connect with, do some features with? 'Cause you didn't have no features on the last one, did you? On Tasman,
Fuck,
you
no.
said no features on Tasman.
No features. What are you talking
So I'm flexing.
about?
Hold on.
What are you talking about? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it to him. No features, facts. Like people said they wanted to be like in the EP, but like I don't know. They was playing, and I'm trying to drop that shit soon. So it always happens to me. But like my other features, like in this EP, like I have features and shit. That shit was fire. But this one, no features. Fuck no. There was nobody to be on.
Nobody.
It was all me. People was saying it was all me. I was like, all right, bet.
So you have problems, like, do you have a problem, like, getting people in the studio with you, or, like, come back and hit you with a verse? Or, like, what do you experience in the community with these with rappers and collaborations and stuff? Speak on it.
Sometimes, like, when I get to the studio, it's all love. Sometimes I don't be knowing, like, the engineer, the producer most of the time, but it's always, like, love when after they, hear me and hear what I'm about. Because, it's all about, like, the aftermath. Because people always, like, misjudge you at the beginning. Like, oh, like, she gonna come in here and spit bars. Let's see what she about. You know what I mean? But, they always show love at the end when they hear me and they be like, yo, like, let me put you on, blah, blah. They be trying to find my voice and shit. But, like, sometimes some engineers, producers be ass. And sometimes some engineers and producers be wildin', yo, for real. Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but they already know. They already know who they are. Facts. But, like, I just like go by like the same producers though, same studio, like, and I still always like am free to like explore new stews and shit and like meet new producers, because you could always like try to find the right one.
Right.
But you always got like your backup always.
You can always learn some shit too, like from people all the time.
I'm really trying to like do that shit on my own for real.
Yeah. So are you that type of artist where you want to like learn how to do all of it? You want to start making? Wait, do you make your own beats? Do you make beats at all?
I only made one beat my whole life. I think it will be my last ever beat.
That's your last ever beat. You never gonna make beats.
But that shit fire. Like, it's on SoundCloud. It's called Anything. That shit fire. Like, look it up. And like, yeah, that beat, it was nice. Like, some bull hold me, but like, I was pressing. We was using that black thing with the buttons that was like.
Was that like sampler?
Yeah, that shit. I forgot what it's called. It
like
started with an M or something.
I don't know either.
Yeah, but that shit was fire.
I got a question from 59 Inches on Instagram.
Oh,
and it's kind of one that I kind of already asked you before.
What'd you say?
But she said, what made you want to start rapping? Like you said before, where, I don't know, you was just like doing your thing already and like, you just had lyrics out and stuff like that. But is there like to read, like get a double down on that question? Is like any like moment where you were just like, okay, just for people and also for people who like want to start rapping, who have all the lyrics and they don't. Like, what was your like? All right, I need to put something out. Press record. Hey, wait, press record right now.
I mean, like, shit. When I was like around people who started rapping, that shit made me want to like do music more. Like for real. Like that shit gives me so much adrenaline. It's like you seeing a bitch fight, you want to get in it. Like that's how I feel like when people are recording, you just want to get in the booth and fucking spit bars. And I know how that feels because there's people who I know that don't even rap. And they be in the stool with me, and they be wanting to rap.
They be wanting to freestyle.
Right, like, or they be wanting to do my alleys, you feel me? Like, that shit just motivates me. Just being in the stool or seeing other people rap or, like, just, like, seeking opportunities to, like, do music, you feel me?
This what's up. Because it's definitely infectious. Like, when you get drunk, or I get drunk, and my homies rapping, because I got a lot of homies who freestyle, and I just be like, all right, hold on. let me get my thing real quick.
Everybody
I suck though, but
as always you got practice.
Right. You have like a lot of people looking at you right now. I mean, especially, I don't know, just your engagement on Instagram. Like I saw you in New York like last week, a couple weeks ago. And then I seen recently that, was it Moulin Rouge? How you say it? Milano.
Yeah.
Right, a Philly brand, which is pretty cool. I mean, it just obviously proves that you like making waves.
She commented on my shit. She was just like, I'm cute.
Right.
I feel gassed up, but
like, yo,
you know.
throw that.
Shout out to her, you know. I was in that drip.
Right.
I had to show up on my birthday. So,
right.
You feel me? It was lit.
What's your, if you don't mind me asking, what's your ethnicity? Like, what are your parents and stuff like that? Where are you
I'm
from?
Salvadorian.
Okay.
Yes, I'm like 100%. Like, I'm from Central America, real foreign shit.
Hey, okay. Shout out.
Yeah, Salvadorians, we crazy. We dangerous. But we care. It's a whole lot of good combination there, but you know.
Do you know any other Salvadorian rappers, like Salvadorian descent rappers, or anything like that? People in the music industry?
I'm not really sure. I really haven't heard no other Salvadorian rappers. I think one boy Salvadorian rapper, but he probably might be mixed. You know, it's a lot of mixed people out here nowadays. So
Right.
yeah, it's not full.
It's a big melting
like,
pot.
I'm
right?
like real full on. Like.
Is that 100%?
But I'm American. I'm American. I was born in D.C.
Hey. Heavy Sicko had a question. I kind of asked you before again, but you kind of skipped on it. I'm gonna ask you again,
Right.
just so you know. But do you have any future collaborators that you wanna in Philly, in New York, wherever, DC? Anybody that you're looking forward to working with?
Shit, I would want to work with like some female rappers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably like some underground female rappers though. Like I know some female rappers, like they know Gabby. She from like the DMV too.
Mm-hmm.
And like I did a show with her in New York, and that shit was like fire. Like she fuck with my music, I fuck with her. Like I hope we could collab soon. Like we could definitely make that work. I would like to do collabs with people that will make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So.
To get back to you, I fuck with that.
And like I do want to do other collaborations with like some good underground rappers, like fucking shit. Right now I'm fucking with like NFN Quinn. I'll do some shit with him. He's fire as
Okay.
shit. I would do some shit with like I don't know, but besides underground rappers,
Good. Like, what about
my
dream
future like
collaboration?
good rappers like would be like Gunna. Like I would definitely do a good collab with Gunna. I fucking
he's
love
fire
Gunna,
right
yo.
now.
That nigga be dropping some fire,
fire
all
right
the
now.
time. I'll do a collab with Gunna, G-Herbo, shit. Well, maybe not G-Herbo. He'll probably all beat on my shit. But like, I'll probably shit. It's just so many artists.
Yeah.
So many artists. Like Cheeky, definitely Cheeky. Fucking, I'll do a collab with like my little boy Maddox too.
Hey, shout
all
out.
of them, like yeah, shout out to Matt. Like all of them, you feel me? All of these underground rappers, like.
Right. Hell yeah.
Y'all.
I got another question from Irk Type Beat. He said,
Okay.
where do you think you'd be in 2019 and 2015? What year does she think she'll reach global attention and that'll change her life for the better? And will it change your life for the better? Okay, so that's a 3-part question. That was a good one. Yeah, this is a good one. Okay. Where do you think you would be in 2019 and 2015?
In 2015, I probably wasn't even like doing music, but I was still like writing music. But 2019, I wasn't really thinking of it. I wasn't really thinking of this year.
Like
but if I would really think of this year, I probably would be like, yo, I'm trying to like have like a home already and like invest in something already because should be like a dub. So.
Yeah.
And that's what I am now.
You still got time.
And
though.
you can I have
that.
a home. I'm living good.
Right.
And I'm living life. Like that's all that matters. Like.
Did you see Blueface just bought a house in California? It's a big one. Said it was the most expensive. He was making a point about like artists buying stuff to own. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, not just being responsible that way instead of like,
all that Tatiana remix
all that Tatiana money.
For real.
Got in my house.
You got my house.
And like
bro.
on the address, there was like a blue like
that
little
nigga
wipeout
ain't
thing.
asking for money on IG no more.
Yo, you funny.
He over with it. Shit, that would be nice though if I bought a crib, yo, for real. Like, that's my main goal, like, buy a nice crib, but like, not too big, cause why would I want a big crib for? Unless I want to do parties.
Right.
But you know.
Party in every room.
Yeah. But like, I would have like a nice little crib where I have like my own little studio, own little chill room,
Right.
smoke room.
Right.
You know, dining room, large kitchen, large bed.
Right.
You know, hot tub.
Big groceries and shit.
Yeah.
Big silverware
always
and
packed
shit.
up. Big pounds.
Big weed. Yeah, and the other part of his question was like, when do you think that you reach global attention? And that's one of the manifest questions. Like, yo, when do you think that I'm gonna make it? So like right now, if you can like put a timestamp on when you think you're gonna be at success, when do you think it would be?
I think at like, I feel like soon, probably like at 22 or 23.
You're gonna blast off.
I'm gonna be up there. I'm gonna be known at least. You
Right.
feel me? Like somebody
World stage.
gonna know me down the street when I'm walking down.
Right.
Like, you feel me?
Hell yeah.
I'm already getting
It's
that
already
now.
Hell yeah.
I'm already getting that now, yo. I was literally like just downtown and shit, like walking down the street and shit, like
Right.
smoking a blunt. My boy, yo, he came up to me with his girl, like, I never met them in my life though, but they follow me on Instagram. They was like, "Yo, ain't you the girl from Instagram?"
Yeah,
Like, oh shit,
yeah.
what's up?
Didn't that
Like,
feel good though?
And then yeah, it felt good. His girl was just like, "Oh my god, nice to meet you in person."
Yeah,
Like,
there you go.
I felt like so much love, so much energy. Shout out to them, yo. Y'all cute as shit for real. Like, he out there doing his thing, you know. I'm out here getting fried. You feel me?
Making music.
But
and
it's
grinding.
lit. Like, I fucking love that shit. I want that shit to happen. Like, you know, I want that shit to,
Hell yeah.
like, be more. Because, like, that shit motivates me for real.
Right. So thank you, Linda, for coming on the show, talking to us. Happy birthday again. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
One last thing. Where can we like, you have platforms online with your music on them,
Yeah.
like SoundCloud, Spotify, all of those. What do you have?
Shit, my music
people can find
on
you.
everything but title. Like, like if you look me up on Google, like, look me up, LINDUH, LINDUH, you feel me? Like, I'll pop up. I'm on Amazon, Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify,
Hey.
SoundCloud.
Title?
Not title.
Not title?
Title be drawing.
You said title's ass.
Fuck title, for real. But yeah, like, I'm gonna be on this soon though. Fuck it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm on every music platform, YouTube, everything. Like, just look me up.
Right. Hell yeah. We done